Hi, my name is Tirzah.
What is your disability?
I have what is highly suspected to be prosopagnosia, which has the more layman's term name of face blindness. It's not officially diagnosed yet, but I've got my referral through to neuropsychology, and there's a checklist of 16 hallmark symptoms, and I have 15 of them.
How do people react to your disability in daily life?
I think I've been relatively lucky since I found out what it's called. Before I knew enough to be able to tell people that I am face blind, I got people getting annoyed at me a lot, assuming the reason I didn't recognise them was because I didn't care, or I was deliberately shunning people, or I would apologise, say, I'm bad with names and faces, it's going to take me a while, and they go, oh, that's fine, and then the next meeting they'd get annoyed with me because they didn't realise what I meant.
Yeah.
And since I found out I have face blindness, when I tell people that I have face blindness, I then have to explain what that is because they assume I have vision loss.
Yeah.
Which I don't. I have a thing where my brain doesn't work.
I guess it's good that you know what it is now and that you're able to inform people.
Having a name for something makes it a lot easier to deal with because people are a lot more willing to accept you saying you have a struggle with something if you can tell them the medical name for it.
Yeah, I've noticed that's a sadly common occurrence. How do people in the Young Scot team react to your disability? It's
been really good, honestly. I haven't had anyone get annoyed at me for not recognising them or not remembering their name. It's if I forget someone's name, I just get told what it is and no one holds it against me. I also haven't had anyone assume that it's vision loss, but I don't know what the factor for that is, but it's nice that I say face blindness and then just get asked about it, rather than having to clarify an assumption.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah. It's good you got lucky with this team then. Kind of similar to previous points you've made, but how often do you have to explain your disability?
Every time it comes up, which is pretty much a daily basis if I'm interacting with anyone new. No one knows what prosopagnosia is, no one knows what face blindness is. It's just not on people's radar.
So I suppose that's a good thing that you're getting to talk about it here in this space.
It would be nice for people to know that it's a thing. Because I think there's probably a lot of people who are face blind who don't realise it.
Yeah, there's just nothing about it, so they're just not sure and they don't want to speak about it or talk to people. How often do people doubt your disability?
I've never had anyone do it to my face, so I honestly don't know. But I get a lot of people who seem to get annoyed with not quite grasping that if I ever manage to recognise you, it will take months and will require a familiar outfit and a familiar environment. And there's a lot of people who don't quite seem to grasp what that means and get annoyed with me.
Yeah.
And it feels less like they're doubting my disability and more like they feel it's something that can be overcome with enough effort or if I care enough.
Yeah.
Which, to a degree, that's what I do. That's why I need a familiar outfit and a familiar setting. I need extra facial information to recognise people, and people get annoyed with me for that sometimes, which is tiring because it's like you want me to recognise you and you get mad at me for not doing it the way you want me to.
Yeah, it's a shame that people do react in such a way like that, like you say, it takes a while for you to recognise.
It's been a lot better in recent years with people being more willing, but I think that's more just the people I've been interacting with than a general attitude shift.
Surrounding yourself with the right people always helps as well. What's a piece of advice for someone with your disability that you wish you had known?
Well, that it exists. That your difficulty recognising people isn't because you're not trying hard enough. Also, I would say once you know about it, tell people, because that can make it a bit easier to deal with. And also, people change their hairstyles all the time.
Yeah.
Be aware of that. And if you're in high school in a rural area, don't feel bad. All the girls really do look the same.
Yeah. You've got a point there.
It was a nightmare. Everyone's in uniform. Everyone has the same haircut. Everyone has the same hair colour. I didn't know any of my classmates apart.
Yeah.
At least the boys had different haircuts.
Fair enough, yeah. You do have a point there. Thank you for doing the interview. It's been a pleasure.